you for tuning in to Single Lady Chronicles. Yes, we are in the first quarter of 2026 and we are getting our lives together for 2026. I'm excited. I'm getting my life together too. Hopefully, the series that you've been listening to has been helpful with helping you complete your goals, with helping you plan for your goals, and helping you plan for the year, and doing what we say we are going to do, actually accomplishing it. So tonight, we're talking about momentum over motivation. Yeah, momentum over motivation. So if you've been rocking with us for the last couple of weeks, let me just go ahead and recap real quick. We started off the series talking about when the plan sounds good, but the follow through falls short. Yeah. Then we talked about not putting stuff off for tomorrow. So no more tomorrow. Then when the middle is where most people fold, and last week's conversation about discipline is self-respect. So tonight again, we are talking momentum over motivation. Right? So let's get into it. Let's just tell the truth. You can have motivation. Mhm. You can have motivation, but motivation fades. Motivation fades. People, you get excited, you buy the journal, you buy the new planner, you bought the workout clothes, you wrote your goals down, all that. Stuff is coasting for a little while, but then you have to come to the realization that motivation is just a feeling. It's just a feeling, something that you're getting high off of, something that I'm getting high off of. Yeah, I'm motivated. I got the thing. I went outside. I got my outfit. I bought the phone. I bought the device. You bought the microphone, okay? You bought the microphone. You bought the extra pieces of equipment that goes along with it. You bought the pop screen. Okay, you even downloaded the app that you're going to be doing your show on. But it's a feeling. You did all the things. You felt like that's what you wanted to do. It felt good to buy all that stuff and then fade to black, fade to almost nothing. Yeah. Motiv- Motivation comes and goes. It comes and goes. But momentum is real. Momentum is consistency. Momentum is you getting up and doing it over and over again. And that is what we want when we are accomplishing our goals and doing what we say we are going to do. All right. Momentum has structure. Motivation is emotional, but momentum has structure. It is a repeated action. It is something that you do over and over again. You show up, you do the thing, you repeat the process. I'm going to say that again. You show up, you do the thing, you repeat the process. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to me. I'm going to show up, I'm going to do the thing, and I'm going to repeat the process. That is the difference between motivation and momentum. Again, motivation is a feeling, momentum is real, it's tangible. You show up, you do the thing, you repeat the process. We have to get beyond a feeling and create momentum. That is how we're going to complete our goals. That is how we're going to continue to do what we say we are going to do. And we do it and we show up, we repeat the process, and we do it over and over and over again. Consistency. Momentum moves into consistency. And so that is how we're going to accomplish our goal. You stop saying, this is what I'm going to do. And then you move into, no, this is what I do, boo. Okay? Because you got momentum. Uh-huh. This is what I do. all day, every day. Okay? So you go from having a feeling to being direct and being consistent and having momentum and actually showing up for your goal. Now, here's the reason why some people lose momentum. We lose momentum because we try to do everything all at once. We're being too dramatic, period. We're being too dramatic, you know? We talked about this. We say, oh, I'm gonna lose 100 pounds instead of starting with 20. We say, oh, I'm gonna go viral instead of, posting whatever you want to post and accepting 10 likes, accepting 20 likes, accepting your regulars that come on a regular basis. We are being too dramatic. And that's why people lose momentum. Because if it's not all happening right now, then we lose momentum. We have to get out of that frenzy of wanting everything to happen right now and happen fast and just create some momentum so that we can have some consistency, so that we can continue to complete our goals, and so that we do what we say we are going to do. That is a natural progression of completing your goals. You don't want to get stuck in a rut of continuously losing momentum because you set your bar so high. Now, I'm not saying it's nothing wrong with setting your bar high, but you want to make sure it's gradual. You want to make sure it's gradual because if it's gradual, you won't disappoint yourself. I'm not disappointed if I don't lose 100 pounds in 4 months. I'm not disappointed if I'm not done with that project in the garage in a month, but I set up something where it takes me about 3 months. You don't want to lose momentum. So you have to make sure that you're not being too dramatic when you get started. Just start small, start tangible, and start in a place where you know you won't lose momentum. Now I ain't gonna stop. I hit my thing, but I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going because I'm showing up. I'm doing the thing and I'm gonna repeat it and I'm going over and over again. Oh, wow. I'm cracking myself up. So, how do we build momentum? Here's how we make the goal smaller. Yeah, we make the goal smaller. Instead of saying, I need an hour, you need to say, I'm just going to move my body today. Come on. Now, nobody's saying go do P90X. So if you're doing a wellness journey, nobody's saying go join the gym and start doing a hit workout and do P90X and go hard with all these weights. No. And be there for 2, 3, 4 hours. No. All we're saying is just move your body. Just move your body. You start there again, gradual. Gradual. Small wins build momentum. And a small win is just moving. My goodness. A small win is just moving. A small win is just, turning the camera on and practicing. That is a small win. No one is telling you that you have to build the ship within a few days. No, there's a process to building that ship. And so small wins is how you're going to get there. One thing that we know we don't do is we don't prepare ourselves. We don't prepare ourselves. And what happens when we don't prepare ourselves, we we mess up. We don't find the way through, okay? So in that, we just need to remove the friction. Remove the friction. And that is being prepared. In the words of Tamar Braxton, being prepared. If you know that you are more of a morning person versus the night person, take your clothes out the night before. Know what you're going to wear so that you can go outside and walk around the block. Prepare your workspace, okay? Make sure that You have everything you need right at your desk, or knowing that you need an environment that's conducive for you to be creative, map out that Panera bread, okay? Map out that Starbucks. Be prepared to be there. Put that computer by the door so that you know where it is in the morning and it's time, and you're on your way to the Panera bread to go ahead and be and ideate and be creative and have your headphones in, have your playlist. You want to remove any kind of friction that's going to hinder you from being great, that's going to hinder you from accomplishing your goals. Prepare yourself. Be prepared. Be prepared. And then track your progress. Track your progress. Write it down. Track the days. I send a buddy my weight every day, even if I go up, even if I go up. And then when I forget to do it, I make sure I I go ahead and send it the next day. Because for me, that's momentum. For me, I'm tracking. For me, I am being consistent, and I am, being true to myself. Even if it goes up, even if it's it quote unquote, if there's a pitfall or whatever, I still do that because I want to see my progression. I want to see it. And so you have to track your progress. Protect your momentum. I said a little bit of this. We got to protect it. Momentum is fragile at the beginning. So you got to protect your time. Don't schedule anything else. I cannot say that enough. Protect your time. We get phone calls, we get emails, we start scrolling on social media, we get distracted. So we need to protect our momentum. If we say we're going to do something at 6 a.m., protect that time. Take out the barrier. Make sure that, there isn't something that might pop up, and just protect that time. Take that barrier out. Protect your environment. Remove the barriers. Make sure that I know a lot of people who say, "Oh, I can't cook in a dirty kitchen. I can't be productive in a messy house." Remove those barriers for you to be productive. Remove those barriers for you to ideate. Remove those barriers for you to be creative. You want to protect your environment, and then protect your focus. Call out your affirmations, that favorite scripture, that video that's going to keep you on track. Protect your focus. Call out something that's going to keep you focused for that time that you protected to get done what you said you're going to get done. We're going to protect our time, protect our environment, and we're going to protect our focus because we have to get to the other side of making sure that we accomplish our goals. We're going to do what we say we're going to do in 2026. Okay. So I have to have surgery. But I told myself I have to be consistent and making sure that I do and accomplish what I want to accomplish. I have big ideas and I have big dreams, but I have to remain consistent. And so I was like, oh, here goes this monkey wrench surgery. I got to have surgery, but I still have to make sure I pump out Single Lady Chronicles every week. And so I prepared myself. I protected time so that I could make sure I get things out to you. And I protected my environment. I protected my focus. And so with that, I am, happy to say that I can get Single Lady Chronicles out to you every week. Now, it might be a rerun, but I'm going to make sure I get it out. So tonight's episode, momentum over motivation. Motivation, again, is a feeling. It is a feeling. We have to move beyond feeling good. We have to move beyond, you know, I was excited about it and now I just don't feel like it. We have to get to a place where we are showing some momentum exuding some momentum, where we are creating consistency, where we are protecting our time so that we can accomplish what we say we are going to do. Motivation gets you started, but momentum keeps you going. Let me go back to that. You got to show up. You have to do the thing. You have to repeat the process over and over again. Show up for you. Don't show up for anybody else. Don't show up for, the likes you think you're going to get. Don't show up for the applause that you think you're going to get. Show up because you're passionate about that project. You're passionate about your wellness journey. You are passionate about writing that book. You are passionate about that podcast because there's something in you that somebody else needs. I think I'll say it again. There is something in you that somebody else needs, and you owe it to yourself to have momentum over just being motivated for a fleeting moment. You owe it to yourself to get out what the Lord has given you, what the Lord has birthed in you. You owe it to yourself because somebody might be helped by what you have. So let's get beyond motivation, create some momentum. We're going to show up. We're going to do the thing. We're going to repeat the process, and we're going to do it over and over and over again. I truly hope you are enjoying this first quarter series on Single Lady Chronicles, because I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to myself. I am truly accomplishing my goals and doing what I say I am going to do. And guess what? I hope that you are doing the same. All right, we'll see you next week, okay? On Single Lady Chronicles. We're doing what we say we're going to do. I'll see you next week.